Hey you guys! So today I'm gonna do something different. Today I'm putting all my funny shenanigans aside to talk to you about something that's not so funny. Something that's been happening more and more lately. In fact, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention reported that between 1999 and 2016, it went up 30%. They even said that in 2016 there was more of these than homicides or car accidents. It's also the 10th leading cause of death in the United States. I'm talking about suicide. I know it's an uncomfortable subject for a lot of people, but us not talking about it isn't working either. In today's episode, I wanted to use my small voice to bring some awareness to it. As we all recently learned last week that Kate Spade and Anthony Bourdain committed suicide. Just today, Jada Pinkett Smith said that she herself contemplated suicide several times. It grieved me tremendously when I learned that Kate Spade at one point was trying to seek out help with their sister, I believe, and she decided not to get to help because of the stigma put on suicide and reaching out for help. She said she didn't want to taint her happy-go-lucky brand with the news of her going in to get help. You look at Anthony Bourdain, you think of how well his career was going. He was in the process of shooting another episode for his TV show. It seems like everybody thinks that celebrities' lives are perfect. Clearly they're not. And you think of these two suicides alone, think of all the people that have committed suicide in the past week that weren't celebrities. Those people matter also. There's no single one cause for suicide. Many people say that it only happens to people with mental illness. Well, just today, the CDC in June 2018 said that most of the people who have committed suicide haven't been diagnosed with a mental illness. Suicide occurs when stressors go beyond a person's ability to cope and despair and hopelessness start to set in. So you ask, what are the warning signs? Well, a change in one's behavior or the presence of an entirely new behavior. Maybe a person talks about killing themselves. A feeling of hopelessness or feeling trapped. An increase in alcohol use or drug use. A withdrawal from things that once made them happy. Withdrawing from activities. If you see them searching online for methods to end one's life. Isolation. Sleeping too little, sleeping too much. Visiting. Or someone calling to say goodbye. Or trying to make things go right. Extreme aggression, anxiety, anger, anxiousness, depression or a loss of interest in things, childhood abuse, neglect or trauma, humiliation, shame, guilt, prolonged stress, bullying at school, bullying, cyberbullying, relationship problems, or even unemployment. So what can we do about it? Well, one thing is we can stop making it a shameful thing. We can stop avoiding talking about it. I once went out with this guy and we had just learned about someone who had committed suicide. I think it was another actor. And the only thing he said about it was stupid. Like the person was stupid for doing it. Totally invalidating the person's feelings, what he could have been going through. We need to take time for people. Ask someone how they're doing and really ask them. And when you do, I know all too often we expect them to say, good, and how are you? Be prepared for something else. Did they stutter? Did they pause? Did they hesitate? Did they not answer at all? They may be wanting to talk, and if so, give them some time. It may be some of the best time you've ever spent with a person. Many times, the people that are contemplating taking their lives are in such pain that they can't reach out to other people. Oftentimes people say, well, why didn't they just call someone? Why didn't they just do this? Why didn't they just do that? Well, they just didn't. They didn't. Maybe they're not as strong as you. If you ever have a down day, maybe you'll reach out and call someone. But for the ones who can't and haven't, A lot of time there's just so much pain, physiological, emotional, mental, whatever the pain is, just they're in pain. Someone who's never had a down day in their life might call that stupid or cowardly. But the truth is, they're probably in incredible pain. Something so much more, something bigger than we could ever understand, something so much bigger than what they can handle. And they think the only way is out. Do you know what kind of pain that is? I hope you never, ever have to know what kind of pain that is. I hope you never have to feel that. I hope you never have to know firsthand how that feels. I remember one time when I was in high school and I was at a really low point. And I remember not being able to, not even thinking about reaching out to someone. Didn't even cross my mind. Sometimes it takes someone else to reach out to someone and pull them back to safety and just support them. So as we seek to put an end to what has now become an epidemic, let's be there for each other. Let's support each other. Talk to each other. Not texting, talking, face-to-face time. I know that might be hard for some of you, but sometimes that's what's needed, because the truth is, you never know what a person's going through. You don't know what they've been through. You don't know where they are right now. Just a simple smile. Reach out to them. Let me ask you one question. Is there someone that you need to call? Think about it. Is there someone that you haven't talked to in a while? Replay the last conversation you had with them in your mind. Did something seem a little bit off? Let's not miss the warning signs. Let's all call someone today, or better yet, go visit them. Just listen to them. Let them talk. Let them know that you love them and you support them. Sometimes that's all that's needed. If you're someone that needs to talk and you feel you have no one, call the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline at 1-800-273-TALK. So let's all do our part and reach out to someone now. It could make all the difference in the world.